This is Andy with QualityStocks. Today is Wednesday, February 23rd, 2011, and today we're going to take a look at CYTK. This is a NASDAQ Global Market stock trading under ticker CYTK. This chart's just kind of had what we call a waterfall effect. Trying to hold a base, started to slide, then all of a sudden it hit the edge of the waterfall. Dropped hard since then from $1.80 down, closed yesterday at $1.44. 712,000 shares traded. You can see that there's still plenty of liquidity in this stock. This is going on radar for a bounce is what we're looking for. I don't want to see something like this gap up. That makes it very difficult. Ideally, what I look for on a play like this is a gap down and then buying pressure coming back in and having it close near the high of the day, at least halfway up this previous candle. It's called a piercing line pattern. It's a pretty reliable reversal pattern. Of course, you look for confirmation the next day, but this chart's going on radar for a possible reversal here in the near future. Not to say it's going to happen today, but I'm going to start watching it every day and seeing how it trades, and seeing if we can catch a true bottom. I should preface this by saying I know nothing about this company fundamentally. I don't know what's caused this fall. This is purely a technical look at it. I don't think at this point we're going to get much from the indicators because this is still bearish, still a lot of selling going on. You can see we're getting a pretty good separation between the MACD, still very bearish. The pinch is trying to set up, but it's still not even there yet at this point. The ADX is still trending pretty strong uphill, even though we're getting a little bit of turn in the negative DI. We're seeing the money flows starting to get buried in oversold territory. Accumulation distribution is still on a sharp downtrend. Checking money flow is actually making lower lows through here. What we'll look for is any sort of signs of a possible reversal with some buying pressure coming back in. See the CCI is trending back up. Bottom feeders will look for that break of negative 100. Here's a good example of why I don't put a ton of stock in the full stow being in oversold or overbought territory. You see basically this has just trended down here for a long time, showing the stock is still bearish. So just because it's at an extreme level doesn't mean this is necessarily going to put together a reversal. Right now that full stow is just telling you it's negative momentum. What we'll look for is a turn and a break through 20 to see some positive momentum start coming into this. Of course, TRIX is a lagging indicator, still trending downhill. In a channel, we're definitely going to see a lower low made, but we're going to look for some sort of reversal in this area where it starts to try and turn. RSIs are getting officially buried. The 7 is actually down under 10 at this point. So this is just going on what we consider massively oversold, and you at least look for a temporary bounce. It could be great for a scalp. A lot of times it'll put it together for a couple different days. And if it's going to be a true bottom, it'll go up. It'll typically want to retrace a little bit and then try and make another move. This is almost the exact opposite of some of the plays we look at that are at a resistance level, where we're looking for a breakout, and the play's not really in play until that resistance is broken with good volume. This is the exact opposite, where this is getting into massively oversold territory, and now we're going to look for a possible reversal to try and hit it going back the other direction. You can tell from this chart there's not much support set up in place, so that's where it becomes risky. You have to watch it on L2s. Look for resistance coming back into it, probably right here around $1.50. And just as importantly, I'll look for trying to establish some sort of support level through here. I don't know if it'll be today or tomorrow, or if it will even establish one, if it's all of a sudden make a reversal. But I'll look for this to try and establish some sort of support on L2s and intraday trading. I took a quick look at the 15-minute chart on this. I saw that there was a good support level set up at $1.46. It slipped through at the end of the day yesterday. So I'd look for it to try and pull back above that $1.46 and then use the short-term charts to see if it's going to continue to hold that level and try and push forward again. It's pretty clear to see that if it can put together any sort of movement, there's no real strong price per share resistance till it gets up here near the support level that it fell through, pushing $1.90. That's not something I look for tomorrow. That's something I look for when this starts to reverse. There's no way of predicting it. It's merely focusing on where the price per share resistance is going to come into effect. So I just wanted to put this chart out there because sometimes there are bottom bounce plays we call dead cat bounces, and the chart has to go on radar and start watching it to see what it's going to do, kind of like it did back in this area, dropping sharply, then finding a base, rounding itself out, putting together a nice climb. You can see in these two occasions right before it, it made the turn very quickly. Bottomed out at 218, topped out at 253, bottomed out at 212, ran all the way up near $3. So sometimes I just put charts on watch lists and put them up on L2s to pay attention to them to try and catch the reversal points and to try and nail a true bottom. So that's what I'm going to be looking for in the CYTK chart today and over the next few days to see where it goes. As always, merely my interpretation of the cytokinetics chart. This is Andy with QualityStocks. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.